Hey, good morning. I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking about change and rubber bands and how as human beings we all act an awful lot like rubber bands when it comes to change. If you think about rubber bands, they have a purpose. They have a reason for being, a reason that they're made. And that reason is not to sit in the drawer, in the bottom of the junk drawer, and not be used. It's not to sit in the bag on the shelf. They have a reason for being. The problem is that in being a rubber band, there's some resistance to fulfilling that purpose. And that change can be experienced in a lot of different ways. And as human beings, we experience that change in a lot of different ways. I imagine that if a rubber band had some sense of self-awareness and could communicate it, being stretched out to its purpose of being able to hold things and surround things in order to keep them intact would not be a comfortable thing, and that it doesn't feel good to change and to stretch. And that's how similar to how human beings experience change in our lives. We have a purpose for being here, and that purpose is not to stay in the state that we're currently in. Our purpose is to grow and develop and change. And it isn't always fun. It doesn't feel comfortable. It requires effort and stretching. But it fulfills our purpose. And we have to figure out what that purpose is. It's possible to stretch too much and change too much at once and eventually break. It's also possible to change a little bit at a time and stretch a little bit more and to change a little bit more and eventually reach a capacity where we are able to have a long-term growth and development through little bits of incremental change without breaking. So I'd invite you to consider this week how your life is like a rubber band. How do you experience change? What is the purpose of that change? And how do you react to it? It isn't comfortable, it isn't always fun, and we have to step outside of our comfort zones in order to develop that change. But what are you changing towards, and what is your purpose? I'd invite you to take the rubber band and keep it around your wrist for the week in order to remember what that change is about. And if you come across an instance where you're being asked to change this week, think about what choice do you have in that, and how are you going to choose to react to it? And maybe step into that change a little bit more with more intention. If you have comments or questions, please do not hesitate to post them below. I'd invite you to think about that change through the week. I'm John Rhoads, and as always, I hope that you're able to find purpose and meaning in what you do today.